Who is ready for a March garden tour? I thought I was actually going to have to wait until maybe April to give my first garden tour because we had such a frigid winter. I thought it would take forever for things to wake up, but suddenly we took a turn this week and some things are looking gorgeous. Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and I am in southeastern North Carolina. As you can see, we are starting by my rock garden today because of course the creeping moss phlox is the star of the show. All the pink you see going around the boulders is just absolutely stunning. So I am going to take the camera up a little bit closer and show you so many goodies that I have all around the backyard. We're going to start with an angle just a little bit more toward the greenhouse and then head around this way. These are two of the spring planters that I just worked on recently. So I have African daisies, I have the regal geraniums in here, I have ivy trailing out of here. So check out that video of how I put all the things together. You can see exactly what is named and what growing zones they thrive in. Those are just sitting here temporarily because, as I said, I do have my daughter's senior prom coming up soon. So I wanted all of the flower arrangements that I'm making to be handy so I can take pictures over in the rock garden area. Daylilies are just peaking up like wildfire at this point. So I have a lot more green growth there, and then boom, on we go. The autumn joy sedum over here is getting a little larger, so it's looking good. This pot of begonias is just out of the greenhouse right now, so it isn't living out here all the time just yet, but I also have turned the heat off in the greenhouse so everything can start getting acclimated to the outdoor temperatures. So there we go with the creeping moss phlox. As I said, obviously it's a perennial early bloomer, and then the purple grape muscari right there, same deal, early bloomer. These types of things just make you so happy. From the center of the rock garden looking up, starting from this watering can planter that I put some other begonias in, clearly more phlox. Then I have that twister pink lanai verbena, more and more flowers popping out on this guy every single day. Look how sweet and beautiful these new ones are. The sunshine ligustrum putting on some new growth already, lots of gorgeous yellow color. And then I just want to show you this, something I don't often point out. Do you see the tall green that's going up against the rocks here? So that's called euonymus. That's something I used to have in plenty when I lived in New York, so a colder climate, and it gets the little feet on it so it can trail up things like rocks. I had it trail up a trellis before. Here it took a very long time to get these pieces to take off, but now they have, and I have a lot more in here, so I'm gonna have to just kind of make sure I keep track of it so it doesn't start wanting to drape over other plants and flowers. But this area here, I don't even know how much was green last time I showed it to you. Those are all blanket flowers. So the blanket flowers are gaining size already, and of course no buds just yet, but I think they're going to be soon to follow. My sunny border blue speedwell right here, putting on its new growth for the year. And then one of my awesome flowers that I love to talk about is dianthus. This is the dianthus last time I showed you. I think it had a lot of buds on it and the leaves are greening up, but this baby is getting bigger, like I said, putting on more size already, plus all these flowers. If you put your hand in there, I mean, you can see how huge the plant is, and just plentiful blooms. So currently, the other two planters that I made very recently are also sitting right out here, ready to be brought into the rock garden whenever I'm ready, but currently sitting poolside. Things are starting to warm up everywhere, I guess including the pool water, though I wouldn't dare to try it. But my flower arrangements, again, you can go back and look at that video for their names because I think they came out awesome. Another little pot of begonias, just taking a breather from the greenhouse over here. So taking you from the rock garden, I just want to give you a better understanding of the lay of the land. We're heading toward the greenhouse path right there. And then we head toward the pool right here. My secret garden with the gorgeous blue boardwalk is behind the pool. So we're gonna definitely go check out what might be happening over there. So as we're on the path to the greenhouse, you can see the secret garden boardwalk is starting right over there, but we're gonna just take a peek in here real quick just to see how things are changing, what's moving out, what's moving around. As the days warm up, the inside of the greenhouse gets really hot. So we wanna make sure we keep moving things out and around so that it can get air circulated throughout. But you can see I have some gorgeous canna lilies with the variegated foliage over there leafing out, which is exactly why I left some in the greenhouse, just so I would have some early starts. These geraniums are blooming gorgeously. My palm back here looks really good, but the cordyline in the back corners, both of those really need to be clipped back so they can start some new growth. They don't really love it here by the end of the greenhouse season. So as we exit the greenhouse and look at the pool, one thing I'm going to point out in a couple of spots is just you can start to see when the days turn a little more mild because the banana trees want to push out new growth. Not that the growth stays because it gets cold for them again, but it's always interesting to see that happen. So as we start to look from the pool side to the garden area, I want to show you a couple things. First of all, this green that's sticking right here through the cracks is more blanket flower. It likes to seed everywhere. This flower bed here, I call it my poolside garden as compared to the part behind the poolside garden is the secret garden area. This poolside garden is going to change very dramatically very soon. So the little cute flamingo I just picked up at the store was like on a clearance sale, so it's just kind of tucked in there for now. The golden sword yucca obviously is the only thing that's looking great. However, all that brown right behind it is all canna lilies, and it's all starting to push up new growth. Again, if it gets too cold consistently, it's not going to stay. But what I would love to do is put my Tahiti sunrise dahlias in here, plus the new canna lilies in here, and add some dramatic color to this otherwise fairly boring spot. So the secret garden does not look like much right now at all. I know that as well as you do. But it is going to change so much in these next couple of months. It's going to be wild. So the only green that you can see right now is I have daylilies that are already up right there. And then on the other side, this is lemon coral sedum. So both of those are starting to put on new growth. And again, on this side, the canna lilies are starting to pop out all over the place with some new growth themselves. Now don't think for one moment I'm going to let this garden bed look junky. Nope, this is like my prized space in the yard. So my cannas over here, you can see the little bits of green popping up, and then over here I actually have some buds on my Rose of Sharon. And I love the Rose of Sharon because it is the cousin to the hibiscus. And you can tell, like, when the leaves come out, the flowers come out, hibiscus-ish shaped leaves. I love it. So this baby's gonna look gorgeous. And right below it, I have some succulents still in a piece of coral that stayed pretty nice this winter. I have this little obelisk that you could barely see right now. And oh my gosh, look how a blanket flower just seated itself right underneath the base of it. That will not be staying there as a feature plant, I can tell you that much. But all these canna lilies, again, this is the one that you saw, the Bengal tiger, inside the greenhouse with the variegated foliage. The green yucca on this side, holy, he's trying to make a statement. Well, he is making a statement. He looks good. And now these banana trees, you can see even more than the other cluster I have. Each of these pushing out their new attempt at growth. Looking from this side, I feel like I see more of the work that I have to do instead of appreciating the new things that are coming up. I have a lot of brown, so a lot of clipping that has to be done. Right next to the concrete bench, you see some more blanket flowers. No buds yet on this, but getting dang close. They look like they're a little further ahead. It's going to be such a delight to see all of this growth just perk up, and that tropical feel and all the gorgeous vacation vibes are all gonna come back. Pulling out my potted plants like my dipladenia and the palms and the hibiscus. Oh, in the flower bed directly across from the rock garden. Couple of things I had in pots that you kind of just aren't really sure what's going to happen with them. So this is a knockout rose, and look at that. I mean, it didn't even need to be taken great care of, and it's already coming back looking good. And those are the daylilies that I didn't even stick inside the pot it's sitting on, and they're also showing new growth. So I'm going to put both of those in the ground. Ooh, looky what I see over here. It's pretty delightful to see the hostas coming back up again. The growth is a good inch and a half, so I'm loving that. The azalea is going to start blooming probably in April, so that'll be wonderful. All the grape hyacinth muscari is blooming. It's unfortunate. I think the angle of the sun is sort of taking away the saturation in color. But the daylilies there, they look so good with their dead foliage cleared out. Just a little pot of ranunculus right there. I haven't done anything with it, but I am going to. So I, of course, have creeping moss phlox that I just separated and put on the other side of the yard. This is what I want to point out, though. This is Silver Mound Artemisia. It is just the softest, sweetest foliage plant ever. And it looks really good in the fall, and then it starts to die back again. But here it comes. I would love if mine looked like a huge field like that, a nice soft cushiony bed full of this. So to the back I have more daylilies, but to the front I have both stargazer lilies and tiger lilies. Now I want to just point out, this is the stargazer, so it's showing some green but nothing too major. This is the tiger lily. Now what's happening is the tiger lily has those little tiny bulb roots, and they are just like falling down the hill here. They are everywhere. So they are behind the rock, and this is where they originally started. On my back patio, I just wanted to point out this beautiful hydrangea, and my little birdies are hanging out with it so far. Oh, just a bit of color, and it only this hydrangea only wants morning sun, so having it on the back patio is a perfect spot for it. And on this side, just to finish off the gardens along the fence line, I have some more stargazer lilies right here, and you can see that new green growth popping up. They're summer bloomers, so it's still going to be a while, but still, it's fun to see the green growth. And then I have the tiger grass, decorative ornamental grass, that you just clip off the brown and let the green start showing through. Look how many new green shoots I have. One of my jobs for this year is to make sure I get my irrigation tube all the way down underneath a layer of dirt. But look at this. I have 3 little pieces of heuchera. Heuchera does not do great, or coral bells do not do great in my yard. I have some hosta there too. But this spot, it was kind of okay last year. We're gonna see what happens. This is a spot that gets afternoon shade, so that's why it's been here. It was really hard to tell if I had a lot to show you or just a little, but trust me when I say things are going to get a lot more exciting from here on out. Thanks for joining me on this March garden tour, where at least things are waking up and color is starting to show all over the place. I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, happy planting.